What's going on, everybody? Another episode of the Sharpens, the Soapbox. Today, we're going to talk about the misconception of black folks. And the concept around it is basically everyday process, the everyday things that black people do. Like people do in general. But they put more emphasis on black people. And what they do is they'll take something like, for example, black on black crime. They will say that, well, due to the fact that 90% rate of black killing blacks, we must be more violent. Well, the thing is, if you want to talk about black on black, you gotta talk about white on white, Chinese on Chinese, Latino on Latino. You know what I'm saying? Because that rate is based on culture. You tend to be more violent towards people that you know than you don't know. Or in this case, culture on culture. And I'll say this, to me that's a myth. Like I said earlier, it tends to disenfranchise us, to put us in a corner, so to speak, to discredit black folks, to keep us where we at. Because truth be told, people see us as terrorists, if to be honest with you. And the reason why people criminalize us so much is to, like I said, disenfranchise us, keep us in check, so to speak. And if you look at the history of it, the term itself comes from the fact that one person saw us as criminals, that we're militant, that we're scary, and all that stuff. It's based on the fact that how we react to stuff. And then that term became more popular in the 80s when there was more violence in our community. And to be honest with you, the reason why for that is because of the laws that came against us. Laws like the Jim Crow 1.0 law, whites only here. You can't go to this city after 6 o'clock, in which that law was called the sundown law.
Oh, can't forget about the interracial law. Can't really, black dudes can't hold hands with a white girl or vice versa. That's a problem as well.
And other laws that prevent us from doing certain stuff, like during slavery time you couldn't read. And that's why people look at us like we're ignorant. So, and then, since they criminalized everything, that's another way of keeping us disenfranchised and keeping us from doing our own thing. Because, like I said, for some reason they look at us like we try to take over when we just want equal equality.
Basically, I agree, and all that good stuff that we all heard. And my thing is this, as far as black on black crime, it's like it becomes more bigger than when it already is. It's like it's our reality, but once again, the media paints the picture as if that's the only thing that's going on in this country, as if black on black crime is the number one thing that needs to be talked about over anything. Yeah, let's forget about abortion. We just heard that shootout in Chicago. Let's forget about who raped the little girl. There's some shootouts going on in LA or New York or whatever city that's doing all this stuff. It seems like that's the most knowledgeable thing the media want to portray over anything. And to me, that's some bull, but at the same time, it exists. We can do better. But the media, chill out, man, please. Drake?
Just go on whatever y'all want to talk about first. Just give my opinion on it. You know, for black people, like I said, we were like the Indians. We ain't no different than the Indians. The way I see it, you know, we was the deepest. You know, we going through the same thing. They doing the same thing that they trying to do to the Indians.
One of the misconceptions of black folks is that black people aren't patriotic.
Can you explain that?
Basically, when it comes to this word patriotic, it's kind of like saying we're citizens, we're, you know, them type of people that enjoy our country more. And in this case, we don't enjoy our country, the United States of America, that much. Well, let's face it, it's not like we were literally introduced to coming to this country. We basically was forced to come into this mug and rebuild and build this mug ground up with no pay, no real housing, no real good food. You know what I'm saying? We came up in this mug, chained up, locked down, being told what to do, being whipped, all that crazy stuff. So it's kind of hard for us to be patriotic for this in this country, knowing what it has done, the history of how this country, how the people in this, well, basically y'all know the history of slavery. So that's the misconception of being black folks being unpatriotic. Now I'm not saying we don't love this country. It's just that it's kind of hard to really love this country after what it's had done. You know what I'm saying? So, anybody got 2 cents on this or?
Not really. I say this. What was the movie with Denzel and Ferris Bueller?
Oh,
Glory.
Yeah.
We were the first, like the first black platoon, whatever. They were patriotic. They were the first soldiers. If you look them up, they were patriotic. And the movie Red Wings, that was patriotic in them. You know what I mean? And we was doing that when we was still getting sprayed with fire hose. So I don't see how they say we ain't patriotic. But yeah, I agree. It's kind of hard to be patriotic for a country that don't really look out for you. That's all I want to say. We've been patriotic. We've been serving in the army and all that stuff. Now we ain't full-fledged, you know. Woohoo, USA, you know. That ain't us, but you know, hey, we shot y'all out in the Olympics and basketball and all that and track, you know. But you know, so when you saying boat money. But yeah, we've been patriotic if you look at history. It's just that after a while we just kind of lost hope in the flag. The flag don't ever look out for us. That's all.
I'll say this real quick before we go here. Also look up Montfort Fort Marine, which is basically an all-black section of the Marine Corps that's some of this narrative in history about all-black boot camp, all-black platoon, all-black drill instructors. Because like, truth be told, they didn't allow us in the military, to be anywhere in the military till like the 1800s. And American was founded on racism, to be honest with you. Even though black people settled in America way before any other ethnicity. You know what I'm saying? We traveled back and forth on boats from Africa to America all the time to trade goods. So.
Also, check out Buffalo Soldier. Some of y'all probably heard it one time on the Fugees or even Show Baraka mentioned it a few times, but go search out for Buffalo Soldier. I guarantee you'll be amazed on that history. Black people always agree with each other.
Well, I ain't gonna say agree with each other. I'll say some black people who ain't too educated or don't want to research things will agree with the first thing they hear.
True.
I say that. I say
And
that.
really,
I got some cousins like that.
speaking of the word educated, really, if a white person call you an educated black man or educated woman, that's really an insult, because if you look in the Webster dictionary, the word educated means to train. So if they call you educated, especially after you graduated college, it's basically saying that you're a trainee or you're a slave, so to speak. So watch out how people say words to you. Like, there's a lot of things that can hide. Like, there's like, I'll say this real quick. The society we live in right now has three parts to it: political correctness, feminism, and liberalism. And that's how Jim Crow 2.0 came about. Because now you can hide your racism and your liberal mind of thinking without even knowing it. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Like, Jim Crow 1.0, what did you see? What sides did you see? White on the sides, blacks over here. Jim Crow 2.0, what do you see now when you go to one of the nice restaurants or a government building? No long tees, no snapback, no fitted, no some say no tennis shoes,
No hoods on your head.
stuff like that. So think about that. Like, seriously. And basically liberalism is basically not rights but freedom. See, people think civil rights and civil liberties are the same thing. They're not. First of all, civil rights is something that you work for, and then you should have, like every other person, like the right to vote, for example, the right to build your community.
You shouldn't have to beg for civil rights.
The right to freedom of the press,
You have to
freedom
beg for
freedom of speech, and all that.
no begging.
Civil liberties is basically your freedom to do whatever within your vicinity. Like, for example, the freedom to portray your sexual orientation, the freedom to dress the way you want to dress. See, those are freedoms. That's not a right.
Got another one for you. The freedom to sell an illegal chemical that can kill people in Clorox or Lysol. That chemical that causes cancer, Agent Zero or Agent Orange or something like that. It's in Lysol, and they used to use that in the army as a bioweapon.
Ooh.
Yeah, but see, they can do that because they figure as long as they put that label on the bag, they warned you. That's your fault.
Right.
If you look at the Lysol, when you spray it, you're supposed to let it sit for about 30 minutes. We're gonna let it sit for 30 minutes. As soon as they get done, back on it. So yeah, that's liberalism right there.
Yeah. And let me get the other two definitions real quick and move on. Feminism. Feminism was based off the 60s and the civil rights period, where black women took on the white women's movement, which is going against the man. And basically that gives favor to black women, whether it be poor black women or rich white women. Notice most of the people who are getting degrees and PhDs and all that are black women. Most of the lawyers are black women. Most people have CEO positions are black women. Most people, poor black women who are getting all the government assistance, that's them. I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Especially like favoritism, so to speak. And to give me an example where feminism came about is Project Housing. Perfect example. Go to YouTube and look up a documentary called Through It I Go. TRUITT-IGOE. Through It I Go. It was a housing project that existed in St. Louis in the urban community between, I want to say, the 50s up to the late 60s, early 70s. Basically, the whole concept of projects is to, once again, disenfranchise the black male. That's what it does. And it shows favoritism, once again, to feminism or the woman. And get this gonna trip you out. They told black women, in order to get the benefits of the housing projects and all the, and all the government assistance, WIC and all that, what they told them.
Black man gotta go.
Exactly.
You put him down on that house, you better die.
And that's why from the 60s on down, even to today, people blame the black man for being ignorant, for being lazy, not being a father to their home, not taking care of their kids, not being a baby daddy, only putting child support towards the kids.
And child support's a killer.
Boy, I've seen dudes cry because of child support at work.
For sure.
I'm not laughing,
So, black men, that's the reason why the system is an issue, because the system's been against us since the dawn of time, man.
For real.
Look up your history, man. Like, it goes deeper than the situation you're in now. Go back, Bing, Google, track back your history, man.
I mean, I ain't got nothing really except, I sure don't never get no benefits when I get my link. I know that. Like, I talk to some girls, they get like $200-300. Me, the most I ever got was $150. See, she got $360. All I got was $150 at the most. And then when I went to school, they took it from me.
What?
Man, that's horrible. That's the most I've ever got.
Dang.
Yeah. And then another thing I was gonna say, this girl I know, when she got her appointment, I forgot where it was at. When she got her appointment, she said she couldn't put her baby daddy's name on there. They told her she wasn't gonna get it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
this contributes to
taking the black man. And it was a movie like that with James Earl Jones and another lady in it. And she couldn't tell her caseworker that she had a man.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the title, but I know
it came on Bounce.
Yeah.
Bounce, that's the channel.
And you know what I'm saying? And that's why most black women look at black men funny.
Most of them. Not all of them. Just most of them.
Most.
And that's why they put more emphasis on single parent households, i.e. the black women raising all the children.
Alright, let's keep moving forward. Let's get too deep for the subject.
Hey,
we just on the tip of the iceberg, man. Hey, another misconception. Black people are soft on crime.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Well, that goes back to black on black.
What do you mean by soft on crime?
Yeah, because
elaborate.
In other words, according to the list, folks that believe that think that we just don't care about any crime, any criminal activity, whether it's stealing, whether it's killing, or anything that basically breaks the law. We just soft on it. We just don't care.
Oh man, that's a little. Well,
That code kind of deep because that goes into several subjects. Like the fact that black people see violence against their own people so long it comes.
yeah, I'm about to say that. It comes a lot from where you stay because there's a difference between staying in Cahokia and staying in Cali. You know what I mean? You're gonna be a little desensitized to the crimes, staying in different areas. So I think it got a lot to do with where you stay and the type of area that you in. I think that has a lot to do with
Black
how
people are very religious.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, look,
Even thugs believe in God. Like,
Right.
like, yeah.
hey, we always been spiritual,
Yeah.
but
Everybody got a praying granny.
oh
Yeah. Everybody
For real.
got a praying granny. Yeah, I have to
So-
admit that one. Yeah.
so
Can't deny that one.
sorry.
I mean, that becomes from the I'm gonna try to put this as nicely as I can, not to offend my Christian brothers and sisters.
I'm a fan. But here's the thing, it don't matter what religion, black,
Free will.
Islam, Jew, whatever, even atheism. We can't really disagree on this misconception because it's true. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, truth be told, we basically invented every faith-based religion, to be honest with you. Because it all came from voodoo.
Is he exposing hidden colors?
Yeah.
Nah, he making these white folks mad because they know the truth. They know.
Yeah.
They go to Africa every year, discovering some new stuff and too ashamed. That's what I said, ashamed. But they know once they gotta come back to America, they gotta look at us. But yeah.
And again, going to the be prepared to be offended, because like I said in the Book of Timothy, you cannot live in this world without some way being offended towards something.
Right.
Yeah. And then, so here we go. White Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna quote something from Dr. Umar Johnson.
Ooh,
Because I got
Dr. Umar Johnson.
Yeah, because I gotta give him credit for this because he is a well-known psychiatrist.
So psychologist. It don't matter. We'll work that out.
Because it is true what he said when he said that the white supremacists systematically went around the world and changed the image of Jesus Christ, whose real name was really Yahshua. If you want to go further than that, the real name is Haru.
It's eating y'all up, white folks. It's eating y'all up.
I don't think it's the white folks that's mad. It's them Baptists out there. That is blasphemy. It's them Baptists out there that's mad.
Right.
No.
Right.
It doesn't care about color, Mr. Analytical. It don't care about color. It's the death, burial, and resurrection.
And from a Christian's perspective, and from a conscious perspective, I should think like that. It shouldn't be about race. But the whole concept of America is race. I'm sorry. It's based
I be
on
trying to tell them. They be like, no, you too Malcolm X.
Look, first of all, let's be true. Even in the English version of the Bible, what's that in the Book of Revelation?
Oh, talking about the description of them.
Hair of wool, feet of brass.
I mean,
But yeah, you got a white Jesus in your home. Think about it. And let me give you another piece of history. Dr. Umar Johnson again said the reason why there's a white Jesus is to further oppress the people with the bad version of Christianity. Let me put that up there. With the bad version of Christianity. Because that's the best way to oppress a people is to get them as a religion. And if you look up a man called Apollonius of Tyana, he was a white man doing performing miracles. and they used him as a template for Jesus Christ. And that's where the white version of Jesus came from. And
This is these all these jewels, man. Collect them. Collect them. Yeah.
All I gotta say is Constantine. That's all I gotta say after that. To all that Constantine. You explain Constantine to me, and we cool. Other than that, Google.
All right.